Hello everyone, Tennessee Tactical back at it again in the workshop today, and we're making another video for you. It's been quite a while since I've made a video, and I've got some channel updates. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video because I need to get out this breaking news for the Sonoran Desert Institute for all you who are interested in taking this new stuff that they're offering. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So SDI, or the Sonoran Desert Institute, is now offering single courses. So the single courses that are being offered are FTE 218, the Pump Action Shotgun Armorer, that's 4 credit hours. The FTE 211, 1911 Advanced Armorer, 4 credit hours. The FTE 225, Developing a Business Plan, which is also 4 credit hours. These are the single courses they are now offering. So there are a lot of restrictions and caveats to this. And this is something that students have been asking for forever. I've got done with my certificate, or I'm done with my associate's degree. I want to do some of the other courses that you offer as far as like the elective, that being like your capstone project, like your AR-10, the PCC, the 1911, all that good stuff. So there are a lot of restrictions here, and I don't think students are quite happy about this. I have not been able to contact the school yet to talk to them in person, or on the phone rather, but I have got the email that they sent. And if you are a current student of SDI, or you're planning to be a student in SDI, you might already have an email regarding the single courses that are being offered. These are only offered to graduates who graduated after 2017. Kind of weird. I don't understand why that is a restriction, but they've got their own, plan, I guess. I have no idea. But these are the single courses that the students have been asking for forever. And it seems to me in the SDI student group page on Facebook are not really happy about this because of the crazy restrictions they put on this. So let's go ahead and get into these restrictions. So number one, obviously this one kind of makes sense, and I don't mind this one too much because it makes sense. If you've already took the course, you can't retake it. So like if you've done your 1911, you can't just do another 1911. That kind of makes, I agree with that. So the next restriction is the AR course, or the AR-15, the AR-10 course will not be available because it has been continuously available. That's literally what it says verbatim in the email. Continuously available. Who cares? Who cares if it was offered at the beginning of the school, at the beginning of this, and, now, who cares, right? So I think the issue that a lot of people are running into is, if they took the 1911 course back in the day, and, because they stopped, doing the 1911 course for a while and they brought it back. But, if you've done the 1911 course and then you wanted to do the AR course, well, now you can't do it just because it's been continuously available. If you're going to do single courses, you need to offer all of the capstone projects, that you offer, because that's what basically these are. Even though the developing a business plan, you're not building anything, it is still the elective. So these are the elective capstone projects, the do-all, end-all at the end of your degree or certificate. Pretty sure you do these at the end of your, like the last thing you do before you graduate. I know I did. I built the AR-10 chambered to 308. Let's go ahead and go with another restriction here. This one really, really makes me mad, and I'm going to talk about it just a little bit. Funding restrictions. Single courses are not eligible for TA, VA, and FSA funding. Basically, you have to pay this out of pocket. Now, I think that's stupid. If I used my VA benefits to go to school here, and you claim that you're VA funded and all this stuff, and you claim that, you can get funded by the VA and all this stuff, I don't understand why we can't get it funded through the single courses. It may be a restriction on the funding, companies or whatever, the funding themselves, like the VA or all that stuff. It may not be a school-related restriction. It may be the funding things themselves. I don't really know. I haven't been able to talk to the school about that yet. But that really makes me mad because a lot of people can't afford this stuff. And I don't know an actual price yet of these courses, but everything that I've listened to on the SDI Facebook group page, it's like $3,000 a course, like $2,000 to $3,000 a course. And keep in mind, if you're a student of SDI or you recently graduated or whatever, and you still get their emails, they have actually raised the tuition and the resource fees and everything. So everything's more expensive than it was before. And it was already an expensive school to begin with. So not only do you have to pay for this out of pocket, essentially, but you also, are spending thousands of dollars for really nothing. And I'll explain that here in a minute. The payment must be paid in full at least 2 weeks prior from the start date of your courses. So if you sign up for the 1911 course and, let's just say it's $3,000, you have to pay that $3,000 at least 2 weeks before your course starts. So it must be paid in full before your course starts. And as I mentioned earlier, this is only available, the single courses are only available for graduates after 2017. So let's go back to the funding part of things. So as we've mentioned, this is probably going to be like a multiple $1,000 courses, right? Considering how expensive the school is and just everything that these students have kind of researched for themselves. It seems to me that, these courses are going to be a few grand a piece. And so here is my opinion about this. If you're serious about wanting to do this just for the firearm that you're going to be getting, don't do it. And, that's my opinion, but don't do it. Reason being is you can buy a shotgun for $500 brand new. May not be the best shotgun. It's not going to be the worst shotgun either. You can get a pretty decently used shotgun in a pawn shop for like $200. The 1911, same thing. The build kits that they use for the 1911 is from Stealth Arms. You can get those for like $1,000-something, okay? Instead of paying like $3,000. Now, you might be wondering, well, what about the course material, about learning the stuff and learning things? Here's my opinion on that. When I took the AR-10 Modern Sporting Rifle course, there was a lot of stuff that I already knew in that course, just because I'd researched it myself. Being in the military, I already knew that kind of platform, the AR platform. I already knew the functions and all that stuff. You might have not known that before, and that's okay. But I think for the amount of information, just based on me taking the AR-10 course, I don't think it's enough to be like, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I honestly, I don't see the point in it. But if you are one that's like, you know what, I don't care if it's a few grand, I've got a few grand to waste, I want to do the 1911 course, get that 1911, build it, and also learn a few things, go ahead. Honestly, at the end of the day, this is a personal preference thing. Either you choose to do it or you choose not to do it. If they were to make it to where I could get it funded by like a scholarship or the VA, because I still have VA benefits, if I could get it funded through that, I would probably do it. Because in this economy, I don't think anybody's got like $3,000 to just drop on a single course that you could probably, and honestly, let's just be honest, a lot of these people are doing it just to get the firearm. And you could just buy that yourself and save you a few grand from the course material. So at the end of the day, I'm not telling you to not take this course. I'm not telling you to take this course or these 3 courses that are offered. But there's just a few things to think about. Is it really worth it to spend that much money up front and also obviously have to pay out of pocket? Is it really worth it? I think this is a step forward and 2 steps back kind of thing for SDI, because students for the longest, I've looked on YouTube, all the reviews for SDI, mine are up there, you can check them out. All the Facebook group page stuff with SDI, a lot of these students, current students, former students, they wanted these single courses to be able to take so they could get everything that SDI offers. But again, you're having to pay out of pocket, and is it really worth it at the end of the day? It's like an 8-week course. Is it really worth it? Personally, not right now. It doesn't look that worth it to me. I mean, if I wanted to build a 1911, I would just buy the kit and build it myself. I mean, if I had trouble building it, YouTube is your best friend. How to build a 1911 from a kit. I mean, they've probably got videos on how to build the Stealth Arms kits on YouTube themselves. So, I mean, it's honestly, like I said, I think it's kind of a, one step forward, two steps back in SDI's direction. SDI, if you're listening to this, I really think you should tweak this a little bit. If the funding restrictions are not on your all's behalf and you all had no say-so in that, I get it. Then that's an issue for the funding people. But, if that is your decision, it's kind of lame. Also, the AR course not being available just because it's continuously available, don't understand that. The 1911 was continuously available for a while until they quit putting it in there. So what's the difference now? So I don't understand a lot of this. And, this is the information straight from the email. None of this is opinions on this sheet that I read to you. This is all from the email. Now, my opinions I did give you, but this is the legitimate information. So if you are wanting to know like some more information possibly, or if you are wanting to, pursue this, like I said, it's your discretion, but I would contact the SDI themselves, contact admissions or your student advisor or whatever, success coach, and get with them and get a little bit more information. Maybe they can help you out a little bit more, but they're probably not going to be able to give you any more information than I've given you, because this is exactly the layout that they give us on the email. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. I do have a quick disclaimer for you real quick. I do have some videos coming up. So I know it's been a couple months since I've made a video, and that is because, on this channel, I've made this channel to review firearms, to get firearms in my hands, to review, different firearms legislations that are coming out, SDI news, all that stuff, everything firearms related I want to do on this channel. But because I'm not like 1 million subscribers and I don't have donations and funding and stuff available, and I don't have these big companies sending me firearms to review, I have to save up the money and buy them myself. It's like a good blue-collar worker. So I do have 2 firearms that I've just recently purchased, the Springfield Echelon and the SIG M17. I do have those videos coming soon. I've been very busy at work. Please bear with me. I've got those videos coming out probably in the next week or so. So please stay tuned to the channel. We will have unboxing and initial impressions of those 2 firearms, as well as some burst shots reviews, and possibly, later down in the next few weeks, 500 and 1,000 round reviews. So please stay tuned to the channel. We've got a lot going on here. And if I do decide in the future to take these courses, I will do a review of them like I've done in the past. If you're new to this channel and you want to get notified every time I make a video, or if you want to learn more about what I do here and you want to learn about SDI and about different firearms, I highly suggest to slap that subscribe button with the notifications turned on. Make sure that you don't miss a video, and you also are subscribed to the channel, so you're a part of the group here and you're part of the family now. So thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below. I will try to answer and get back to you as quickly as possible. If I don't have the answer for you, I will try to get somebody that can get the answer for you. So again, that has been the single courses offered through SDI, and also a little bit of information about what's coming up on the channel in the next couple weeks. Thank you all for watching, and have a snazzy day. Goodbye.